This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now, the top news for December 14th, 2022. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at the Magic Kingdom will close for refurbishment in January of 2023. This attraction will be closed from January 9th through January 13th. January is a common time for refurbishment as the weather is more temperate and there are fewer visitors. As we reported earlier, Splash Mountain will be closing permanently a little more than a week later, so things are definitely going to be busy in the Frontierland area this January. After months of testing at various speeds and intervals, TRON Lightcycle Run at Magic Kingdom has begun testing with people. We saw cast members enjoying the coaster this morning. The train was full except for 2 seats in the 2 center cars. We also saw empty trains running this morning as well, and trains with weights. We've seen a lot of these dummies, weights, now human beings. They were running about 20 seconds apart. Now, this is not the first time the coaster has operated with people on board. You may recall Chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Products, Josh D'Amaro, shared a sneak peek aboard the trains during D23 Expo earlier this year. This is, however, a good sign that things are getting closer. Also over at TRON today, we noticed a new entrance archway featuring an Enterprise logo. The blue archway features the logo for Enterprise Rental Car, the sponsor of the new attraction. There are also white hexagonal designs. A number of other features are also visible, including some lights on the walkway and new paneling around one of the planters. We still expect a spring 2023 opening for this attraction. A physical fight broke out during Harmonious last night. That was December 13th. Out there on the World Showcase Promenade at EPCOT, a guest not involved in the fight shared a video of it with us. 2 guests are visibly struggling with each other on the ground. Other guests are shining phone flashlights on them and trying to pull them apart. Out there from the Hunchback of Notre Dame can be heard in the background. The reason for the fight is unknown. Guests can be heard arguing, but their words are unintelligible over the iconic music, or ironic music, I guess you could say, given that many fans believe guests who fight shouldn't be allowed out there at Walt Disney World. Harmonious, of course, is a celebration of the Disney stories and songs that have inspired and empowered the world, emphasizing its ability to unite people from all walks of life. Earlier today, Disney released the full list of food studios that will be available at the 2023 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. Well, here we go. The Artist Table, American Adventure. Treat your senses to artistically elevated comfort foods like meatloaf, dumplings, hummingbird cake, and more. Hummingbird cake. I don't know about that one. Pair your dish with beer or a glass of wine. In the Craftsman's Courtyard near Disney Traders, enjoy carefully crafted classics like beef Wellington and roasted mussels, as well as a flavorful beer or cocktail. Deco Delights near Port of Entry. Satisfy your sweet tooth with sleek desserts inspired by Art Deco, from the gilded glamour of the Roaring '20s to the bright pastels of Miami Beach. The Deconstructed Dish near Port of Entry as well. Rediscover your favorite dishes, fragmented and presented in a playful way, like a BLT, French onion soup, and key lime pie. El Artista Hambriento, that's in Mexico. A fiesta of flavor awaits. Delight in classic Mexican fare, from savory carne asada to creamy coconut flan. Figment's Inspiration Station over at the Odyssey. Art, food, and little sparks of magic. This is new. Sweeten your day with colorful treats like fruit pizza, rainbow cake, and the popped art, a sugar cookie with a fun twist. You'll also find a variety of beers and hard ciders as well. Goshiki in Japan, celebrate the Japanese culinary arts. We already know for sure this one is going to have that sushi donut. They have the 5 colors of Japanese cuisine. Other than that donut, they're going to have daifuku, mochi, and sake. Gourmet landscapes in Canada savor stunning dishes artfully composed with the finest ingredients that have been farmed and foraged from the land. Enjoy wild mushroom risotto, beet tartare, and more. L'Art de la Cuisine Française, that's in France. Boy, if you couldn't tell from my wonderful French accent, discover delicious French treats and baked goods from savory to sweet, including a black winter truffle croissant and warm brie in a bread bowl. Pair your dish with a French wine or frozen martini. L'Art de Mangiare, that's in Italy. We have always have to temper our expectations for this booth, but indulge in Baroque cuisine prepared with rich color and dramatic flavor. This food studio serves up fried mozzarella, ravioli, and more. Moderna, that's near Test Track, presented by Chevrolet. Embark on a culinary journey with avant-garde menu items, including compressed watermelon, soft shell crab, and more. The Painted Panda in China. Enjoy decorative cuisine inspired by magnificent Chinese art, like General Tso's chicken shumai or the char siu pork bun, plus sip bubble tea, Chinese-inspired cocktails, and other refreshing beverages. Pastoral Palette in Germany. Help yourself to hearty dishes inspired by the rustic settings where Bavarian folk art was painted. Indulge in wild boar cassoulet, a red wine-based beef short rib, and more. Pop Eats near Port of Entry. Delight in mouth-watering masterpieces inspired by the most captivating pop art of the 20th century. Highlights include that tomato soup with grilled cheese that we loved last year, as well as the colorful almond frangipane cake, if that's a word. Who knows? Mom will correct me on that one. Tangerine Cafe, that's in Morocco. That's flavors of the Medina. Take your taste buds on a Moroccan adventure as you enjoy delectable dishes like grilled kebabs, almond phyllo pockets, and more. Pair your dish with hard cider or the chai tea mint mimosa. Vibrante y Vivido, Encanto Cocina. Between Morocco and France, feast on authentic Colombian cuisine inspired by the Disney animated film Encanto, like spicy ajiaco soup or a house-made empanada with chorizo. And there will be additional locations. Refreshment Port near Canada, serving poutine. The Artist Palette is going to have jumbo chocolate chip cookies and refreshing beverages. Refreshment Outpost will be serving plant-based bratwurst. The Artist Palette will have jumbo chocolate chip cookie and assorted beers. Funnel Cake Place, the Funnel Cake stand will be serving a specialty funnel cake. Those are usually pretty good. Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. All 4 in-park locations will be serving a unique art-inspired beverage at each location. The DuckTales World Showcase Adventure game that replaces Agent P's World Showcase Adventure is officially launching this week at EPCOT. The game was recently added to the Play Disney Parks app. To play Disney DuckTales World Showcase Adventure, guests will be required to create an account for the Play Disney Parks app. Download the latest version of the Play Disney Parks app through either the App Store on iOS devices or Google Play Store on Android devices. Guests will help the DuckTales crew hunt down the 7 plunders of the world with missions in the following pavilions: Mexico, Norway, China, Germany, Japan, France, and the United Kingdom. Each mission is expected to take 25 to 30 minutes. Once you have completed all the missions, there is a finale mission. Every mission unlocks an achievement in the app. The interactive scavenger hunt will invite guests to help Scrooge and his family discover exotic destinations, exciting mysteries, and maybe even a few thieves, villains, and supernatural guardians of ancient artifacts. We were able to get access to this fun and creative game, and we do, yes, have videos of each country's missions right here on our channel. The experience officially opens, though, on December 16th. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next magical Disney trip. The best part is that their services are free. Visit www.nt.travel for details. After Big Thunder Mountain, yet another attraction is going to be scheduled for a refurbishment starting January of 2023. Cali River Rapids, beginning January 9th of 2023, the ride will be closed for its annual extended refurbishment. Animal Kingdom's popular water ride attraction is located in Asia and sends up to 12 guests per ride vehicle, careening through a whitewater adventure set in a lush jungle in the heart of Asia. As guests travel through the raging current, waterfalls, and a 20-foot plummet, make this most soak-inducing ride outside of Walt Disney World's water parks, of course. The ride typically closes for the season between January and April of each year. Kali River Rapids was closed for an extended refurbishment at the end of 2021, originally set to reopen in December. It was actually reopened to guests in January. That was January 4th of this year. Its potential reopening date for this latest refurbishment has not yet been announced. José, one of the 4 masters of ceremonies at Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, has now been memorialized in the form of a Tiki mug at Trader Sam's. The José mug is sold with one of 2 beverages, an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic choice, so we headed on down to try them both and pick up a mug of our own. José features a very rich detail, and should you wish to have your own cocktail or favorite beverage from the mug, there is of course, an opening in his back to pour your drink and insert a long straw. The José mug is sold with your choice of one of 2 of those beverages, the Manu Aloha, that one's alcoholic, or the Blame It on the Samba, which is non-alcoholic. Wristband distribution for the new mug begins at 12 noon Eastern Time every day, and they are available while supplies last. They're for sale at Trader Sam's Grog Grotto and Tiki Terrace at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. The mug will run you $50. Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser will be closed on November 27th and 28th of 2023. That's a few days after Thanksgiving. Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser will also be closed on May 17th and 18th of 2023. Disney has not announced the exact reasons for the closures. One 2023 Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser voyage actually has already sold out, but demand for the experience seems to be falling a little bit. Discounts have been offered to Disney Vacation Club members, while Disney gives away rooms for publicity as well. The reviews of the experience were generally positive. Maybe the price is just pricing most people out of this experience. During yesterday's performance of the Disney Christmas Stories Parade, guests at Tokyo Disneyland decided, well, they needed to be part of the show too, sort of anyway. As the parade began its pass around the park's hub, where many of the guests choose to take in the show, one of those guests decided to lay down in the middle of the route just as the first float approached. According to multiple guests on Twitter, as well as local news media, the middle-aged male guest quickly barged onto the route from the World Bazaar area and nearly ran into a costumed elf. You can't make this stuff up. The man was very quickly tackled by a show control cast member. Guest control cast members and park security held the guests down so that the parade could continue as scheduled, causing about a 6-minute delay. The aftermath was captured, of course, on social media by Twitter user @PNPiena, which shows cast members being forced to lay on top of the guests until police could arrive because he kept struggling. Character performances in front and on the unit, of course, stayed in character somehow, working to keep guests distracted even as the fast-moving parade floats piled up behind the opening unit. A video from user _ Panda415 shows the guest being forced out of the park by a team of 7 park security cast members. He was indecipherably shouting on his way out. Show intrusions like this are incredibly uncommon, especially at Tokyo Disney Resort. Maybe they watch so much crazy stuff happen here in Florida and out in California that someone in Tokyo finally said, "Hold my Kieran." I don't know. Hopefully we don't see too much more. This is very out of character for the parks in Japan. Nearly 3 years after Hong Kong slammed shut its doors to the world as the coronavirus emerged, the city has finally dropped the last of its restrictions on arriving tourists. Visitors to the special region of China can now enjoy restaurants and tourist attractions like Hong Kong Disneyland from arrival day. Guests looking to visit the world's most picturesque Disney park can finally do so without worry, or at least without too much worry. Hong Kong Disneyland is now open to all visitors without the need for that medical surveillance period, the controversial Leave Home Safe contact tracing app and all that stuff. As long as visitors test negative for COVID-19 upon arrival in Hong Kong, they are free to explore the city, including the park, as well as dine in restaurants. Hong Kong's border saga was pretty intense at one point. Anyone entering the country was required to endure as much as a 3-week quarantine in a hotel, which they had to pay for out of pocket. These requirements were slowly reduced, and they appear ready to welcome guests back. Proof of vaccination is still required for entry to restaurants around Hong Kong, including including those within Hong Kong Disneyland. So visitors will be required to register their proof of at least 3 doses of approved COVID-19 vaccines before entering the city. Visitors are required to take a PCR test on arrival at Hong Kong International Airport and on their 3rd day, as well as take an at-home RAT or RAT test daily for 7 days. On Monday night, Avatar: The Way of Water had its China premiere at the Walt Disney Grand Theater in Disneytown at Shanghai Disney Resort. Invited guests were treated to a special Avatar-themed nighttime show at Shanghai Disneyland theme park. The nearly 3.5-minute show consists of numerous fireworks and exquisite projections illuminating Enchanted Storybook Castle. Near the end, Avatar: The Way of Water is then projected onto the castle, first in Chinese, then in English. Ripples of water float across the castle as a guttural cry is heard. Moments later, one final series of fireworks appear in the sky. But this time, they spell out Avatar. It appears this was a one-time only presentation for this premiere. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that didn't make it to today's show, be sure to check out WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Now on WDWNT TV, it's Boxed In. Boxed In is a casually chaotic show featuring WDWNT personalities Eric Morton and Jill Diffendahl, unboxing Disney merchandise and viewer packages, along with a few friends and a bossy little Pomeranian. So smash that like button, subscribe and comment, and keep up with the new Disney merchandise releases, seasonal releases, festival merchandise, limited edition merchandise, wishables, pins, and more. Join us Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern on WDWNT TV.